if you've got some apples and you don't know what to do with them, then you need to use them up, then I have a nice recipe for you today. It's an apple slice. So keep watching. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel Nanna-M. My name is Lynn. If you're new, a very warm welcome to you, and if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. Well, it's lovely to see everybody, and today I'm doing an introduction because I've already filmed the video, but I hadn't done the introduction because what happened was, I think I explained in a prior video that I'd been to the farm where I get my eggs sometimes, and they had some barrels of apples outside to take for free. So I used 2 of the apples to make an apple cake, and I wanted to use the other 2 up. So in this video, you might hear me say something like, so now I've got 2 cakes to taste. Well, I haven't, there's just 1, because I've already edited and uploaded the apple cake by itself, because the video would have been too long to do the 2 recipes on the same video. Now I'm shattered just thinking about it. But you'll know what I mean. So this is just a recipe that I'm going to do today, finishing off the other 2 apples, and it's called an apple slice. So if you think that's something that you could be interested in, please do. Make yourself a cuppa as always, get yourself a little snack because you might feel hungry after this, and put your feet up and watch me make this apple slice. So it starts off, I think, if I remember rightly, where I'm just explaining to you that I've already cooked the apples, and then I'm about to start making the apple slice. So I'll see you at the end. Enjoy. So I had 4 apples altogether, and I've used 2 for the cake. So I had 2 left. So all I've done is peel them, core them, chop them into squares, put them in a pan with, I'll just show you, with 1 dessert spoonful of sugar to see what it's like first. After that, I'll taste it for sweetness, and if I need more, I'll add more. And I've stewed those, and they've stewed down nicely now. Can you see? They're like a pulp. So I'm going to switch those off. So what I did was, I put them on high until they got really hot, and then I turned it down to just under halfway, number 4 on my hob. Put the lid on, which will create steam, and then it's just made this really nice pulp. So now I have to think of something to do with that. But for now, all I'm going to do is let that cool down, and then we'll try and think of something to make with it. Probably some kind of, I don't know, some kind of tray bake, I think. I think I fancy something like that. And also, because I've made the cake and everything, I'm going to try freezing half of whatever I make with that and half of the cake, I think, and see whether it freezes okay or not. And I'll let you know about that as well whenever I defrost it and taste it. So at least I've used the apples up that I got for free. Well, I did give a little donation, but yeah. So I'll be back when I've thought of something to do with that, whichever comes first, or we have a slice of cake. See you in a while. So I've had a little look on YouTube, and I found this recipe for an easy apple pie slice, and I think I'm going to like it. So what you will need is, I'll just tip you down. So your ingredients are 375 grams or 3 cups of plain flour. Now, one lady said to me on a video, well, she put it in the comments, what do you mean by a cup? Do you mean a teacup, an egg cup, etc., etc.? And I mean an American measuring cup. And they come in different sizes. This is a ½ cup measure. So I've put 6 in because you need 3 cups altogether if you're using cups. Or if not, you're using 375 grams. I've got 1 cup of sugar, or 220 grams. I've got 130 grams of butter, but I'm using stored margarine. You need 2 eggs, 2 large eggs. You can put some cinnamon in should you choose to, but I'm not going to bother. And you need 2 tablespoons of baking powder. Of course, you need your apples to start with, and I used the 2 that were left from the 4 that you saw earlier. I would say 2 large apples, 4 small ones. Depends how much apple you want in your pie, I suppose, you slice. So, what I'm going to do to start with is, and you can put some vanilla essence in should you choose. I will do. I'm going to put a teaspoon of vanilla essence in with my egg. Then I don't forget it. So first of all, I'm just going to put my sugar and my stored margarine, butter, whatever it is you choose. It needs to be soft, whatever you use. And of course you need a tin. I'm going to use this little tin here. I think this measures 9 inches across, I'm not sure, but I think so. So, first of all, let's get this in. So I'm going to put my sugar in. And I'm going to put my butter in. I'm going to get a spoon. And I'm going to mix this together. So I'll just get a spoon. And I'll be back. So I started off in all good faith using a spoon, but I soon realised I wanted to use my electric mixer. So I've ended up mixing mine with my little mixer, and now I've got to do the eggs, so I'm going to do the same. So I'm going to mix my eggs in with the mixer, and then I'll come back and show you what that looks like. So that is the butter, the sugar, the eggs and the vanilla flavouring in there. So now we're going to add the flour. So I've tipped my baking powder into the flour. Just going to distribute it with this little whisk. And then add that to the mixture. And I'm going to do it in 2 halves. So I'll pour half in and then do another half. I'm going to get my hands in now. I've got my oven preheating to, it's 170 for a normal centigrade, but if you've got fan assisted, I always knock 10 off. And mine's fan assisted, so I've got mine preheating to 160. So I'm going to get my fingers in and bring this to a dough. I'm going to share the lady's channel that I've got this off. She's brand new. I think she's only got about 200 and something subscribers, so I'll share her channel for you, and then maybe you can pop across and have a look. I stumbled on it, you know, just browsing, and found this dessert, so now I've got this nice ball of dough. I'm just going to flour my surface and tip it out. Because I'm not rolling it, you can roll it if you want to, but I'm not rolling it, and the lady didn't roll it either. But you can if you want to. I'm just going to push mine in with my fingers. So there you have your dough. And just bring it together. Like so. And I'm going to cut it in half. And there we go. So I'll save that half. And now this half is going to get pushed into this tin. I've lined mine. Just push it with your fingers. It's really easy to push around. It's not a difficult job at all. It just moves where you want it to go. All you really need to do is just to make sure it's quite even and flat, and then that's it really. So that's all pressed in nicely. No need to prick it or anything, just leave it as is. I've got my apples that are stewed. I'm going to put a nice thick layer. Just going to see whether I actually need that or not. It smells delicious, this. But again, you could put some cinnamon in, like I said, or you could put some ginger, apple and ginger. You can put some candied peel in, some currant sultanas, whatever you want really. I like mine plain. Anything apple I like plain, just apple. So I didn't do that. So that's that. Don't need any more. And then you take this and you rip bits off. And you just plunk it on like that. There we go. So then just press it down so that it's all touching it, you know. Touching. And now that's going to go in the oven, like I say, for 25 minutes. And I'll let you know whether mine took longer because I've used a smaller dish. We shall see. And I'll show you what that looks like when it comes back out. And I've got a little bit left there that I'll put in a dish that can go on porridge or yogurt or whatever, or just have with custard. I'll be back. I am so hot, having the oven on. I've just taken it out. Oh, look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? So it's still red hot obviously because I've just taken it out. So I'm going to leave it on the wire rack to cool down. And then I've got 2 things that I need to taste. I'm dreading it. So, taste test time. My favourite bit. I've got myself a corner piece. I love corner pieces. Does anybody else like that? So let's dive in. Nice. Yeah. Excuse me. It's delicious. Yeah. So I've just had mine cold and I'm just having a cup of tea with mine, but it would be absolutely delicious with custard. It's delicious by itself, but it would be lovely accompanied with some custard. Oh, apple and custard. Can't beat it, can you? So I can highly, highly recommend it. So I'm going to finish my piece off and then I'll come and speak to you again. I won't be a moment. So what do you think? It's a great way of using up apples. Now, depending on which apples you choose will kind of like depend on whether they mush up or whether they stay in a little piece. But as long as they're soft, that's all that really matters. So it's absolutely delicious. Now, I have to say that my very, very favourite topping on anything is crumble with oats in, and sometimes some nuts, whatever it might be. But this would come a close second, 100%. So as always, I will leave the recipe below in the description box, although it's very easy to follow. And I got this off the internet. And of course, what you can do is you can change out the apples for any kind of fruit. And the only thing I would say is I used the 8x8 tin. And I think that the amount of dough that I had, I could have just got away with half. So bear that in mind. It's very thick on the bottom. And I had too much dough left to sprinkle on the top. So either do a bigger, perhaps a 9x13, or I mean, if you want it very deep, fair enough, but it will take a little bit longer to cook. But my suggestion would be spread it out a little bit more, or do just half if you're still going to use a 7x7 tin. So that would be my advice. So Harvey thinks it's delicious. I think it's delicious. You'll have to make your own mind up. So if you have enjoyed the video, please do give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. And hype if you've got any left and you feel like you want to do. And leave me a comment or an emoji in the comment section. And if you are subscribed, please do hit the notification bell and set it to all, and that way you won't miss an upload. So for anybody that's new and just tuned in, because I do get quite a few new ones every video, I will also leave the link to the first video where I made the apple cake, and that's delicious as well. So yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you stay well, and fingers crossed I will see you on the next one. So bye for now.